Hello my fellow cartoonists. I've had a few requests for sports cartoons, so I'm going to kick off with something pretty obvious. I'm going to start off with a footballer. If you've got any requests, if you're not really into football but you want to draw a different type of sport, she's not impressed with football at all, as you can see. So if you've got any other requests, just let me know and we'll have a go at drawing it in 10 minutes. We're going to start this cartoon as usual with the eyes around about left side of the page, or the piece of paper you've got. I'm doing a pretty standard face. If you've done our faces before, you'll be familiar with how I draw these simple sort of face shapes. If you've not done it before, just pause it for a minute and just do these simple shapes until you get time to have a look at the other workshops. So this is a pretty standard basic face. You can put whatever face you want on it. Again, if you've done the workshops before and you're used to drawing faces a little bit. So there's the collar. That's the start of our footballer. You can colour this kit any way you like, but let's just get the shape right first. This is a triangle. This is going to be the back arm because it's in like a running position. So one arm is up in the air and that's the elbow in the middle, the pointy bit. So that is the arm. Now you follow those lines. Again, a triangle, same shape, and you've got your first arm. If you want to add a little bit of detail, like a little fold in the kit or the sleeve, that's all you have to do, just a couple of little lines there. Also, just finishing off the sleeve there at the bottom, again, a couple of straight lines. And you've got like the cuff on the end of the sleeve. We'll put the hand later. For now we'll just concentrate on the right body position. So we've got the arm in the right place. Doesn't matter if yours is a bit up or down. It's your first go, so just stick with it, and if it's not turned out right, have another go. So we've got a curve in the body. So I've done his back there just under the arm. So there's the front of the body. Just two very similar lines. So that's the shape, because it's going to be in a kicking position. So a line straight across now, and that's like the top of his shorts and the top of his leg as well. So two lines sort of do one job there. Again, I'm taking a lazy way out, so I'm just trying to save myself as much drawing as possible to make it look good and simple and easy to draw. So you've got like a little angle there. It goes across and down, and then we're going to do a curve for the back of his leg or the back of his shorts, and that looks like a good position to start with. Now the leg, this is the leg that he's kicking the ball with, so we're going to do two lines coming out from the shorts. That's his leg. You can see his leg now, that's coming out of his shorts. And we're going to close that with a line, a second line, close that so it's like a rectangle, and that's the top of the sock where they fold the socks over. Okay, so you've got a rectangle on the end of that leg. Now we're going to carry on with the leg. These are the calves, that's the bottom of the socks. Just two lines tapering down a little bit, and close that again with a little line. We're just doing it bit by bit. We'll do the arms and the feet later, the little tricky bits. So the bit we can see of the other leg is just a little triangle on the bottom of there. You just draw a little triangle on the bottom, and you'll see in a minute how it's going to look like the other part of the shorts. We can't quite see it because of the front leg. So now another couple of lines coming down. That's his leg that's going to be in the background, and we can just close that off there like that and just make the knee. Could have done this all in one really, but see what's easiest for you. So we've done like that shape, that's like a U shape on the bottom of his shorts, then another rectangle. So again, that's the top of the other sock. Again, lines tapering down together, closed off at the bottom. So there's the leg shape, like a U shape there on the bottom of that little triangle for the shorts. So a little bit closer now, so you can see I'm just going to close those little lines there so they don't look quite so untidy. We don't see much of the other arm because it's hidden by his body. So that's all we need of the other arm. That's it, it's bent. The arm is bent behind the body. We might be able to see a little bit of elbow. If you want to put a little elbow in the background, that's all you see of that arm. That really saves us drawing that arm. Again, it saves us time, gets us used to drawing the cartoon. So now we're going to start drawing the arms and the hands and the feet. Okay, we've done this before, but if it's your first time, just do a little triangle on the side sticking out. It doesn't matter if it's really big. Cartoon hands can be big. And then like a square U shape, joining it up, and that looks like a closed fist. Looking at the outside of the hand, with just the thumb sticking out, that little triangle bit as a thumb. So if you stop and look at it, it'll be really obvious. There, a triangle this side. We're looking at the inside of the clenched fist. Okay, but again we start with a triangle, close it off there with a little U shape, that's the thumb. And then just a few little M shapes for the fingers, close that off. If you're getting behind a little bit, just pause it, go back a little bit if you've just lost your way. I know it's difficult looking at this and drawing at the same time. Do keep in mind this is your first time trying to draw this, so don't put too much pressure on yourself. You can always have another go. This is the boot that's kicking the ball. It's bent a little bit. Okay, so do a little bent shape there, like an N shape with a little curve on the end to close it off. Looks like a banana at the moment, but if we put some little details on it, like a triangle on top there, that's like the tongue of the boot sticking up. If you want to put some little marks for laces, you can do, and squares for the studs. So now it looks like a boot more than a banana. Same again on the other side. A curved shape, not as quite as curved as the other one, because the other one's really kicking a ball. Okay. So we've got a similar shape on the end of the other sock, on the bottom of the sock. There's the laces. There's a triangle. There are the studs. And now we've got 2 football boots instead of 2 bananas. He's off the ground, so we're putting a bit of a shadow with some little spiky bits of grass there. So he's actually leaping off the ground as he kicks the ball. And he's in a really good position there. Hope you got something like it. You can shade it in or colour it any shade, whichever your favourite team is of course the colour to make the kit. Make sure you get the right colours in the right places, in the socks and the shorts and everywhere. You can hear my cat rustling around there on top of my windbreak. It's going to fall off in a minute. So yeah, make sure you've got all the right things in all the right places, the right coloured boots, so you can create the perfect goal for your perfect team. Nice little bit of shading here and there just to give you that 3D look about your cartoons, which we're starting to get used to a little bit by looking at the drawings you've sent in, which are excellent. I look forward to seeing the goal of the season when you send yours in of this. So just for a little bit of background, something really quite straightforward here. We're going to have the goals, which is a rectangle shape. Okay, these are the goal posts going down to the ground, which we'll put some shadow in a minute. So if you can follow those as best you can. Mine's a bit wobbly there, but it doesn't matter, it's just in the background. You've got your main character, so this is just background stuff. There's some shadow underneath the goal posts. Now a goalkeeper, I'm just going to do this really small, like a shadow, just a silhouette of a goalkeeper. It's no point putting any great detail in this because it's so far in the distance. If you draw a bigger picture you can, and we'll be doing more sort of action figures so you can work on more movement of your characters, but now it's just a funny little silhouette of a character. Arms and legs, trying to save the ball. The ball's gone sailing over the goalkeeper's head. This is an amazing goal. Okay, I'm even putting 3 fingers on And that's it. That's all I need. Shadow underneath because he's jumping off the ground trying to grab the ball. No chance. It's such an amazing shot. And the cartoon's virtually finished. I'm just adding little bits of detail now. I'm going to put a few like M's or W's, whatever you want to call them, those sort of shapes to make like an explosion, like an explosive shot symbol on the end of his boot. And I'm going to finish the ball there. That's where I'm going to put the ball. Before I put any other marks, there's the shadow, so it's gone over the goal line. It's actually dropped into the goal. Unbelievable. So now I've just got to do a line that goes up and head for that ball. There we go, a few little dots. Maybe it breaks up because it's slowing down at the end there. But just do straight lines if you want, whichever, just to make it look as if he's kicked that ball straight over that goalkeeper's head from a long way away. In the goal, I'm just going to put some netting. Put this really thin with your pencil. It's a bit tricky with a big thick marker like this, but all you need, just a few little squares. You don't have to draw every single piece of that netting. Remember, it is a cartoon, and just by looking at that, you can tell it's netting. You don't have to draw every little detail. There's like the boards at the back, at the edge of the stadium. Not many fans here. I think he's playing, observing the social distancing, which is probably why he's scored a goal from such a long way out, maybe. So just shading that to make it a little bit different than its surrounding area, so you can tell it's the nets. There's a little bit of shadow going on there. And you should be getting somewhere like the wonder goal. A few little movement marks. Couple here, couple there, couple by his head, or sweat marks you could put up there, just to give it that little bit of movement. Same with the goalie, couple of movement marks there, and then it's down to you to colour it in whichever way you'd like. Bits of shading to just thick shadows here and there, just again gives you a little bit of 3D, makes your cartoon a little bit different and a little bit better to look at. So don't forget your super famous signature, by now recognised by millions around the world. And I'm just going to finish off here with just like little details of the pitch, a couple of lines here. You'll probably know them better than me. And there, hopefully you've got something like it. You got the arm, can't see the arm there, for the body, front leg, back leg hidden behind, and just work on it best you can. Practice it a couple of times. Here are some, not so great players, probably not Premiership quality, but again, if you want to change these lines, make the legs longer, shorter, head bigger, hairdo, a bit trendier, whatever you want to do with this footballer now, you can do it. Make the hands bigger, add little bits here and there, customize it yourself. You've got the basics now, so practice it a few times and try and make it a bit different. Try and make it your own. Different faces, different kits, slightly different arm movements, leg movements. Just have a play with it, just experiment, and don't be worried about getting it wrong, because you just get your pencil and have another go. Leave a comment if there are any sports you'd like to try. Just let me know. Whatever sports you're into, all the different movements, I'll find a real easy way for you to draw it, and I look forward to seeing you on the next workshop.